Okay, I'm not one to really talk about politics as such and religion, but this article that I saw this week, I just had to talk about because it was downright stupid. Now, alright, let me tell you the story, and then you guys and girls can decide for me what you think. But anyway, let me tell you the story. The story is of a pastor that tries to walk on water like Jesus, but then drowns in front of his own congregation. Okay, here's the article. Walking on water is not easy. Not too many people have the ability. Let's see, there's Jesus, and well, there's about it. Unfortunately, for one pastor on the west coast of Africa, his attempt to become the second man to make this impossible feat a reality cost him his life. Pastor Frank Kabele, 35, told his congregation that he was capable of reenacting the very miracles of Jesus Christ. He decided to make it clear through way of demonstration on Gabon's beach in the city, capital city of Libreville. References Matthew 14:22-33. Cabell said that he received a revelation which told him that with enough faith he could achieve what Jesus was able to do. According to an eyewitness, Cabell took his congregation out to the beach. He told them that he would cross the Combo estuary by foot, which is normally a 20-minute boat ride. Sadly, by the second step into the water, Cabell found himself completely submerged. He never returned. This is not the first incident of this nature in Africa. In a zoo in southwest Nigeria, a self-proclaimed prophet claimed to be able to do what the Daniel of the Bible did by walking into a den full of lions. Though he was warned numerous times by zookeepers, according to NG newspapers, the prophet thought of them as nothing more than enemies of progress. The prophet, with a crowd of people watching, put on a long red robe and proceeded to enter the cage full of lions. Within seconds of opening the door, the lions ripped the prophet from flesh to bone. The Bible should come with a warning label. Don't try this at home. Now, I'm all for having faith and I'm all for believing, but there's a such thing called as blind faith, and things such as walking on water and walking into a lion's den with lions there. I mean, you gotta have some common sense of what you're doing here. Faith is something that comes from believing and then going to do something. I think, in my opinion, that you need to pick sense from nonsense, and there's a thing called weights and measures and a discerning spirit. And it does say in the Bible and the Quran, test the spirit, discern, weights and measures, weigh up. But of course, two pastors who felt that they were above reproach, above advice, decided to take life into their own hands and literally play God, and came off second best. Unfortunately, it's pastors today like this that are running our churches. Not all, but some. And unfortunately for those in the congregation that believed both of those pastors, their faith themselves must have been really distraught. I don't know what you think, but for me, it's ridiculous. It makes a mockery of what the Bible and the Quran are there for. And for me, personally, I think that churchgoers and followers need to look a little more carefully at whom they are listening to the interpretation of their Bible or Quran from. Because if you're not, as you'll see from those two pastors, death is only around the corner if you do not obey the common laws of man. Those are my thoughts.